Title. My wife said, "If you loved me, you'd pay off my student loans." So I filed for divorce. My name is Daniel, I'm 34, and I've been married to Claire for 4 years. We met when we were both struggling, broke 20-somethings trying to make something of ourselves. I worked long nights at a warehouse and put myself through trade school, while Claire was in grad school racking up student loans. I thought we were a team back then, two dreamers with cheap takeout dinners, late-night study sessions, and a plan to build a better future together. Fast forward a few years and things look different. I have a stable job now, enough savings to cover emergencies, and I just paid off the last of my own student debt last year. It was one of the proudest moments of my life, a weight lifted off my shoulders. Claire, on the other hand, still owes nearly $80,000. She's been paying the minimum every month, and I never pressured her about it. It was her responsibility, and I respected that. But last Friday night, everything shifted. We were sitting at the kitchen table after dinner when she looked at me with this serious, almost calculating expression. "If you loved me," she said slowly, "you'd pay off my student loans. All of them." At first, I thought she was joking. I even laughed a little. But she didn't laugh. She just stared at me like I had failed some secret test. "I'm not joking, Daniel," she said. "You make good money now. You could wipe this out tomorrow if you wanted. It's what a loving husband would do." I felt my stomach drop. It wasn't about the money. I could have helped her if she had asked. It was the way she said it, like my love had a price tag, like she was measuring me against some invisible standard, and I was coming up short. "I already worked my way out of debt once," I said quietly. "I won't go back just because you think love means paying for your past choices." Claire's face hardened. "So that's it? You're going to let me drown in debt while you sit on savings?" Her words cut deeper than she knew. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, wondering when my wife had stopped seeing me as her partner and started seeing me as her bank account. The next morning, Claire barely spoke to me. She made herself coffee, scrolled on her phone, and answered my questions with one-word replies. It was like I had broken some unspoken contract. By afternoon, she texted me a long message while I was at work. "I can't believe you'd rather watch me struggle than help me. It's cruel, Daniel. If you won't help me now, then what was the point of marrying you?" That last line hit me like a punch. What was the point of marrying you? I stared at that text for a long time, anger rising in my chest. I had supported Claire through every job change, every late-night breakdown over her thesis, every bad boss and toxic coworker. I never once threw it in her face. And now she was reducing our entire marriage to a financial transaction? When I got home, she was sitting on the couch, arms crossed. "So," she said, "have you thought about what I said?" "Yes," I said. "And the answer is no." Her eyes widened like she hadn't expected me to stand my ground. "You're unbelievable. Do you know how much stress this debt causes me? Do you know what it's like to wake up every day with this weight on your chest?" "Yes," I snapped. "Because I've lived it. And I didn't get to hand it off to someone else when it got hard." She went quiet for a moment, then said something that changed everything. "Maybe I married the wrong man." The words hung in the air between us like smoke. I felt something inside me crack. "Maybe you did," I said finally, my voice steady but cold. That night, I packed a bag and slept on the couch. Not because we had a fight, but because I couldn't stand to lie next to her. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard her voice saying maybe I wasn't the man she wanted. By Sunday morning, I knew this wasn't just about money anymore. It was about respect, and I wasn't sure if she had any left for me. Monday morning, I called in sick and drove to a nearby park, sitting in my car for almost an hour. I wasn't avoiding work. I was avoiding going back home. I thought about everything Claire and I had built together, and how quickly it had turned into something conditional. Somewhere along the line, love had turned into leverage. By lunchtime, I made up my mind. I called a divorce attorney. The conversation was oddly calm. I explained the situation, feeling almost detached as I heard myself say, "I think my marriage is over." The lawyer asked if there was any chance of reconciliation, but I knew there wasn't. Not after she'd made love a bargaining chip. When I got home that evening, Claire was at the kitchen table again, scrolling on her laptop. She barely looked up when I walked in. I talked to a lawyer today, I said, setting my keys down. Her head snapped up. What? I'm filing for divorce. Her mouth fell open. You're throwing away our marriage over this? No, I said quietly. I'm ending it because you already threw it away. The second you told me love had a price, you broke something I can't fix. For a moment, she just stared at me, like she didn't recognize the man standing in front of her. So that's it? You'd rather start over than help me? I'd rather be alone than stay married to someone who sees me as a walking wallet, I said. She didn't try to stop me when I walked to the bedroom and started packing a bigger bag. Maybe she thought I was bluffing, that I'd cool off in a day or two. But as I zipped up my bag, I felt strangely at peace. It hurt, of course it did, but there was relief too. I wasn't going to live the rest of my life proving my worth through my bank account. When I walked out that door, I wasn't just leaving Claire behind. I was leaving behind the version of myself who thought love meant sacrificing everything until there was nothing left. And for the first time in weeks, I could breathe.